Y'all been asking about this car forever. Ever since I got the GR Corolla and the Integra Type S, this car has been the one that popped up the most. Please do a review on one of these. I got you, finally. But this one ain't gonna be new. This is a 2023. Huge shout out to City of Cars for providing this one today. It is available for sale for a cool 30 grand if you're interested. But we'll get more into the car right now. I've done a video on every single competitor to this car. So I got the Type R, the Type S, the WRX, the Golf R I drove but didn't do a video. And I actually drove one of these and didn't do a video. Civic Si is a little bit underpowered, but this is what I believe to be the value segment when it comes to the performance that you get. You get 276 horsepower, 289 pound-feet of torque. So that's still under the Civic Type R, but this is a lot less than the Civic Type R. New, this was around $35,000. Civic Type R is around $46,000. So it's $10,000 off. And don't even talk about the Integra Type S, which is about $7,000 more than the Civic Type R. So you do the math. Is it worth it? So y'all been asking about this car, and I will deliver my driving impressions in just a moment here. I just want to give a little bit of a slight rundown of it. So this car, I'll let y'all hear the sound of it once we get up in here. But the looks, the face that a mother could love, and they fixed that in the 2024 mid-cycle refresh. So the front end will look different, but it's more of the same. Pretty sure they did a few other tweaks, but they haven't sent me a press car. I've been asking the whole year, believe me, literally the whole year for one of these. But huge shout out to City of Cars for coming in clutch to get me one of these things. So the Elantra N got what I call a butter face, a face that only a mother could love. But it's got some character to it, a whole lot of character to it. See the red going around the splitters and side skirts. I think that's nice. The wheels got the red brake calipers. I like that. Front license plate bracket has got to go. But shout out to City of Cars nonetheless. Walking around here, it looks really good in black. Black is going to hide a lot of the ugly that the front holds. Red brake calipers look great on here with the red underneath the lip and the skirts. Red on the diffuser. And this car is already tinted, so you don't have to spend your $600 to get that ceramic tint that you like so much. Huge exhaust X's on there. Those look to be about 4-inch exhaust tips on here. Noise. Nice spoiler coming on back here. The back is not bad looking at all. I actually found the back to be attractive, but it's that front end. I don't know. I gotta do something about that. But nonetheless, a performance bargain. The inside, you're gonna be greeted with a lot of nice materials. Got some micro suede on the doors over here. We got these end seats, and this illuminated straight from BMW M Division. Leather up top and on the side, suede down the middle with this staple there, that blue. The press car is the blue color. It's like a powder blue. Nice. Got the M buttons on the steering wheel. Got the rev matching. Nice infotainment screen. Most importantly, I held out to drive the manual because I just got to get one and drive one because I love the manual so much. So that's what we working with. Even though the DCT is fast, you got to throw it out there for all you speed demons. Now let's drive this mother sucker. Let's get this Elantra on the road. Gonna start it off in normal mode. Because why would we drive in eco mode? Come on now. This steering wheel is quite hefty to turn. Don't know if I like it. I do like a heavier steering wheel. Unfortunately, it started to snow out here on me. Like this, there's the blue one. That's the signature color. It's got some grunt to it. Let me dial it up to sport mode, and I can hear that exhaust. And the brakes, they bite as well. This interior is stylistically pleasing to me. Don't know what this guy is here, but I like how the speakers and how this suede sticks out. The powder blue, I'm not a huge fan of that, but I like it for this car. Love it for this car. Bunch of buttons on the steering wheel. Not sure how I like that. Shifter, it actually feels pretty good. Haven't noticed any bad points just yet. Separate you from the passenger, this big hunk of plastic. I would prefer that to just be wide open to give it a more spacious cabin. Got that Volkswagen bus behind us. This exhaust is real burbly just sitting here idle. I put it back to normal. Let y'all hear it then. RPMs went up just a little more. I assume that's the baffles opening up on the exhaust, so we can get them snap crackles, all that good sounding stuff. Clutch pedal on the lighter side. Gets up to speed effortlessly. Can get a little bit drony around 2,500 RPMs. Easy to downshift rev match. This gearbox isn't bad at all. So out the bunch, I'll rate the gearboxes. It's gonna have to be the Type R and Type S are gonna be the best. The GR Corolla, then I'll probably rate this. WRX is gonna be at the bottom, and I'll put the Golf R above the WRX. In front of us, we got the Pontiac G8 GT with Camaro 20s on there. The 5th generation Camaro. I had some of those from my G8 when I had one. Cool mod that us G8 guys used to do. Alright, we're gonna let it rip. Woo, got some wheel spin coming on up there. This is on summer tires, so gotta be mindful of that. What they do. Oh yeah, there's another mode that I didn't mention yet. When I press this other N button, it'll put it in N mode. And that's gonna give us like a sport ESC. Let the car be a little bit more playful. With stability control, that is. That person, oh man, semi truck can't get behind him. He ruined everything. Got some nice pops on there. Ooh, got some power up top too. Come on, Nissan Road. And shout out to my guy Hot One LE. We've been talking about one of these in secret for a minute. Like, we both admire these cars from a distance, interested and intrigued about them, but I don't think either one of us. Maybe he recently got to drive one. And then N mode is going to give you all of this information about the oil temp, engine temp, all that racy kind of stuff. The turbo boost. Downshift, see what the power band really is. Look, thought I downshifted in the 4th, right back to 6. Gearbox ain't bad at all. Turn around. So far, I am impressed and pleased. definitely feels more powerful than the WRX. Does it feel more powerful? It feels more powerful than the GR Corolla as well. Possibly the Type R, with all this torque that it has down low. The Type R, you gotta rev it out. This thing feels ready. So I knew this was gonna be an amazing car to drive. I just haven't had the opportunity to sit my cheeks in the seat. Let her rip again. Woo! Wheel hop and some tire chirping. I like that. Character. Ain't nothing like it in any car. Well, this car is front wheel drive, if I forgot to mention. So that's where that wheel hop is going to come into play at. And we're just going to let that utility truck go ahead a little bit. And then we go bye-bye. Well, not so much bye-bye. Them pops. Good car. Strong up top too. Not bad at all. I like the suspension as well. It's stiff, but not overly stiff. So it is not as stiff as my WRX TR. And I like this. I think this is a perfect balance. Not sure if this has adaptive suspension or not, but as it is right now in the toughest mode, this gotta have adaptive suspension. Somebody drop a comment, let me know, because I just jumped in this thing and drove it. But I'm gonna dial it back to just sport mode. Watch the display change up on me. That way we got our stability control back on. Not that I needed it, but just good to have on. That red line is a hair over 6,500, maybe 66, 6,700. Handles beautifully. And I was expecting depreciation to take a toll on these things. It has not done this job, because this car is still 30 grand used. It hasn't depreciated much at all in 2 years, and that's when cars depreciate the hardest. Steering wheel is actually nice as well. I do wish the leather were a little bit more softer. Put it in normal mode, see how it drives. These seats are amazing as well. These are probably some of the best seats in this class. Rather, it is very, very narrow, because I'm an average build, but I have on a bubble vest up under my coat, and I am kind of being smothered in these seats in the lateral bolstering department. They are heated, which is another great thing. It's kind of firm, but not overly firm. Not as bad as the Integra Type S. Those have got the worst seats of pretty much any car that I've driven, to be honest. Okay, Kia boy. Somehow my rev matching got turned back on. How in blue blazes did that happen? Hopefully I was doing it by myself, because I did turn it off earlier. And as I'm looking at it here, not sure if these popped up before, but it shows the engine in the most aggressive, steering in the most aggressive, and suspension in the most aggressive mode. So it's gotta have adaptive suspension. The more I drive this, the more I'm starting to like this shifter as well. Drone coming through. Aw, dang, I stuck by the light. Red light runner. Shout out to Race Car 21. I really like the clutch engagement a whole lot in here. So it's a great bite point. Rev matching is pretty good. Did what it needs to do. I don't use it, so I'm gonna turn it right back off because I don't want that stealing my joy. It's a killjoy. The clutch engagement in here is excellent as well. Like, everything's not herky-jerky. Whenever I put the car into a gear, it's just smooth. I like the mechanical-ish feeling of the shifter, but that clutch, excellent. They did their thing in this car. Excellent value. Now I gotta recommend these as well. So, hit this curve one more again. Virtually no body roll, and the pops. Steering is heavy just like I like it. I probably would have bought one of these had the opportunity presented itself where I on the market for one. I did look for one. I looked at every car. Whatever car you looked at, I thought about buying at some point. But when I was looking during the pandemic, I didn't find any near me. And then the one that was in transit was already spoken for, and it had a markup on it. And that's something that I wasn't interested, not on this car. But it held its value pretty well. Like, as far as like buying this car, it's still $30,000. I thought this car would be like $20,000 by now, like mid-20s. But nope. The Integra Type S will lose more value. Not the Civic Type R. You probably get about what you paid for, or they'll sell them for about what you paid for. This car has 20,000 miles. Gotta love that cluster. Holy smokes, I'm going way too fast. Get on up out of it, Kiwi. Alright, let's return this back to City of Cars. The way that the power comes on is just excellent. I gotta spin one more block because I'm not totally ready to give it back just yet. Also, last but not least, we got a handbrake in here. So that's going to make front wheel drive even better, especially this time of year. That's something its competitors don't have that are front wheel drive. But huge shout out to City of Cars for giving me this Elantra and for this brief moment. So hopefully I was able to shed some light on it. Still an excellent vehicle. And I wish I would have had an opportunity to have it for longer, but I don't because it ain't my car. But about to put it on back up in here. But and the rear view camera, I don't really care about that. But if you're interested in this car, it's in great condition, already tinted, and it's at City of Cars, so you know what they got is good. Put my Q stamp of approval on it. Can I make it up in here? Yes, I can. But alright, that's all we gotta say about that in this video today, folks. If you're interested, I'll put the link in the description. This has been a hoot. Hyundai Elantra and is that deal. So y'all remember to drive safe, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.